Things to do differently in 2020. So this is going to be a little bit of a different video today. If you are new to my channel, hi, I'm Lindsay Sewell, and I help busy entrepreneurs to create time, financial freedom, and leverage in their business so they can make their marketing fun again. But today I'm going to talk a little bit more about habits and goals and the feelings that come up when we turn the chapter on a new year, and in this case, a new decade. And so I wanted to share this with you today. A little bit of a different type of video, less teaching and training, more just thought, me thinking out loud and sharing with you about a couple of the things that I plan to do differently in 2020. And if this resonates with you, if this makes an impact in your life, if this has you look at things in a different way, then it was all worthwhile. So number one, the first thing that I am going to do differently in 2020 is that I am going to give up on comparison and judgment. And you know, comparison is such a universal emotion. In fact, we compare ourselves in this age of social media to everybody else's highlight reel. But it's not that we just compare our successes and highlights to their highlights. We compare our worst, lowest moments when we're feeling at our absolute worst, and then we compare that to somebody else's crowning achievement, our chapter 1 to their chapter 11. And it doesn't get us anywhere, but it's a universal emotion. What's really powerful is when you can start to recognize that and to change that habit and that negative pattern of habitual thinking and create a different outcome for yourself. So for instance, this year, I experienced huge, crazy growth in my business. And I also experienced some extraordinary events that I never even expected. I was selected to be one of 50 contestants on the Play to Win reality show out of thousands of applicants. And not only did I make it to the top 8 of the finalists, but I very nearly missed the number 1 spot and came in an extremely close second place. Out of thousands and thousands of other entrepreneurs competing for this spot in this competition. But yet when I hit the end of the year, I still looked at all the things on my list that I'd wanted to accomplish that weren't done yet. And I forgot to celebrate all the successes that I'd had. And my business in network marketing grew so rapidly in the first few months of the year that I went through huge growing pains. And I almost gave it all up because I had so many people that were new and that needed me, and I hadn't set good boundaries for myself, and I was pouring into them so much that I had nothing left for myself. And instead of looking back at that incredible growth, I stopped and went, oh, I could have done this, this, and this better. And so that judgment and that comparison is something that I am deeming that I will get rid of in 2020. And I will embrace grace. Grace for what I'm learning and as things are growing and stretching and what I've achieved and what is still yet to come. And I hope that you can embrace that in your life too. That you can celebrate your wins and you can focus on where you're going more than focusing on the challenges and the struggles and what you don't have. Because what you focus on will expand and will grow, and it will bring more of that into your life, and you get to choose what you're gonna focus on. Number 2, I'm resolving to not worry about vanity metrics anymore. I actually was really super thrilled and excited when Instagram decided that they were not going to share the number of likes anymore on the page. Because what did that do? It forced every Instagram creator to actually focus on high quality content versus just the vanity metrics. So it didn't make sense anymore for people to have those engagement pods that were gonna go in and have false likes on their posts. They actually had to create good quality engagement that your audience wants to hear. You need to learn what it means to be a good member of the community. And the same is true of Facebook. In the past, you could do a video and then you could just throw some ad money behind it and it would appear that you had all these views and you had all these engagements and all these comments, and none of it was actually leading to real engaged followers when people were just putting the ad money behind it, right? Now, some people have very engaged followings and all of those metrics are accurate for them. But I'd rather have 10, 20, 100 views on my video of people who want to hear from me, who are interested in buying my products or joining my coaching programs, than I care about having 1,000 views from strangers who don't know, love, or trust me and don't ever want to buy things from me. And so I'm letting go of that. I'm letting go of the focus on any kind of vanity metrics. I'm not going to be using those things like drop a 1 and drop a 2 and tell me this and tell me that. I will engage with my audience in a real, authentic, and genuine way in 2020 so that I can find the people that I'm meant to serve. And if that means that it's one person, like this video reaches one person who needed to hear this, if my Facebook Live or my post or my blog content or my YouTube videos, if they impact one person in a positive way, that's what I'm going for. I'm going to impact those who are going to make an impact in other people's lives and to help people transform their lives and get unstuck from where they're currently stuck in their life. So out with the vanity metrics and more focus on my mission and my purpose and how I can serve at a deeper level for those who need my help. And number 3, I'm gonna set better boundaries. I mentioned to you that in the start of 2019, I had a team that was growing leaps and bounds super fast and I had no boundaries. And with some unforeseen circumstances, I ended up having to leave that company and start over with a new one, and I'm rebuilding again. But this time, I'm creating boundaries. I am plugging my team into systems and processes where they can get the help that they need. I create videos so that they can get their questions answered without having to rely on me for everything. And I help my team become actual business thinkers so that they don't just need me to spoon feed them lines and scripts, but they actually know how to build and run a business, how to communicate with people, what the psychology is behind enrolling a customer or a business partner into their new business. So I am setting those firm boundaries in 2020, not just for me, but because I will allow my team to become more powerful leaders as well and have boundaries for themselves as their teams grow. And number 4, alongside with boundaries, I'm gonna love myself more. And this isn't like some silly joke like, oh, I'm just gonna love myself more. No, when I didn't set those boundaries for myself in the early part of 2019, I also let my health and fitness suffer. I was so busy taking care of everyone else that I would put my workouts at the end. I would just grab whatever I could to eat on the run. I put everybody else ahead of time. And so I am going to put my oxygen mask on first in 2020, and I'm going to do the things that I need to do to take care of myself. Because if I don't do that, I can't show up powerfully for those who need me. I can't show up for my children in the way that they need me. And ultimately, if I don't take care of myself now, I'm not going to be around to take care of my kids later. I'm not going to be around to build the business because I'm just going to burn myself out. And so I am going to commit to that. And I already have. I've already done my first workout of the new year on New Year's Day. I've got a plan in place. I have tools now to help me with my weight loss goals. And I have a strategy that I am committed to relentlessly. And I will make sure that that time is blocked out in the calendar first. If you are wondering why you're not succeeding and achieving at something, take a look at your habits over the last 7 days. What have you been doing? Are you doing the things that give you the micro commitments, as I like to call them, to move you towards your goals? Are you casting your vote? I heard this the other day. The author of Atomic Habits said, are you casting the right vote for what you want to accomplish? And in that case, for me, it's scheduling that time in to go to the gym and to get that workout in. It's scheduling that time in to go and cook the healthy meals and make the appropriate food that I need to put in my body to fuel it for success. It's not eating a protein bar on the road. Now, once in a while, that's not gonna kill you, but setting up those habits over time are what are going to get you the massive results in the long run. So take a look. If you're not achieving your goals, what have your habits been for the last 7, 14 days? And I bet if you look at them very honestly, you will see where the breakdown is between what you say you want and what you're actually doing with your actions. And number 5, the last one, and this is more business related, I'm gonna be more intentional. That's one of my words that I've decided on for 2020. And thinking about what the theme of this year year is. And 2019 was just massive growth and acceleration and transformation. I'm so grateful for that, but I was so busy working through it and trying to figure out where I wanted to go with my business that I didn't set clear intention yet for what I really wanted, who I truly wanted to serve. And that is 2020. 2020 will be full of grace, letting go of that judgment and taking care of myself and loving the people that I serve more, giving more to those who really need me, and intention. Being more intentional with my services. I've narrowed down my focus. I don't just create a bunch of content in different areas on different workshops. I have narrowed it in to the things that I want to do to serve best. I have my membership program where I coach people on how to leverage their business to create that time and financial freedom, and how to get past those mindset blocks and the habits that we set in place that keep us from achieving our goals. So if you're not at the rank you want to be in your company, if you're not at the financial level you want to be at your company, if you are not at the weight goals that you want, if you don't have the relationships that you want in your life, that's what I do in this program. I help you achieve those, and I help you create your business in a way that is set up for long-term leverage success, so that you're not having to go out there and prospect day in and day out for the rest of your life. So I'm gonna be more intentional with those services, with focusing in on that core offering that I can provide, along with my personal one-on-one coaching for those who need more accountability, those who need more direct and one-on-one attention and hands in their business to really take it to the next level and move forward. So I'll be more intentional with the services that I offer, and I'm putting a lot of items that have been swirling around in my mind in 2019 on the do not list. I'm making a do not list of things that I will avoid at all costs, as wonderful as they are, to focus in on the main offerings and be really intentional with those. That also means I'm gonna be really intentional with my content. I'm not just gonna talk about whatever pops into my mind that day. It is going to be related to how I help and serve best, to the person who really needs what I have to offer, so that I can speak directly to you and help you in the best possible way. So it won't be all over. I'm not gonna cover every single tool and strategy under the sun. I can bring in outside experts to teach that in my membership program, but my content will be focused on what I really have succeeded at, have achieved at, and how I know I can help you get results. And last but not least, I'll be more intentional in my life and with my family. I spent a lot of time feeling pulled in different directions in 2019, and I bet if you are a mom or an entrepreneur, you have experienced the exact same thing. You feel guilty when you're with your family and your kids because you're not working on your business. And you feel guilty when you're working on your business because you're taking away from that time that you could be spending with your family, and you won't get that back. And so my focus will be to be intentional in whatever I'm doing, to lean into what I'm doing. And when I'm with my family and with my friends and cultivating those important social relationships in my life, I will be there. And when I'm working on my business, I will be there. But getting really, really clear and intentional on the services and the content, and then making sure that you're in the moment. You go all in whatever you're doing in that moment. That's gonna be my goal for 2020. And I think if you're a mom or you're an entrepreneur, it would be very powerful for you to do that as well. So I hope you gained a little bit of insight from what I shared. If there was something in here that was valuable to you, I would love to hear in the comments what resonated with you, what your big goals are for 2020. Please share them with me. I'd love to cheer you on as well, support you, and I'd love to see if what I'm sharing with you is impactful. If this is the kind of content you'd like to hear, or if there's other things that you want to talk about with me, let me know in the comments below. And also, if you would like to have a conversation with me about how you can get unstuck, I'm gonna actually offer a few complimentary breakthrough sessions. I've got a link below in the description where you can click on that link. It's gonna be limited slots because they take up a lot of time. I want to commit to spending that time to dig in with you and where you're feeling stuck in your life or your business and help you have a breakthrough there. So if they're interested, I would click on that link sooner rather than later, schedule some time on my my calendar, and let's get you a breakthrough. Let's get you unstuck, and let's get you out of those negative, bad, habitual behaviors and into the positive ones that are going to take you to where you want to go with your goals in 2020. Thank you so much for being part of my channel and watching these videos, and I will see you in the next video. A lot more to come here in 2020.